Welcome back to the Coins channel. Today you are about to hear a story that most people completely ignore every single day because the coin we are talking about looks ordinary, feels common, and yet in the right condition it can change a life forever. I am talking about the 1967 Lincoln penny, a small copper coin that silently carries history, mystery, and shocking market value, and many people still have it sitting in jars, drawers, old wallets, and even pockets without knowing what they are holding. The year 1967 was a very special time in American coin history because it was during a period when the United States Mint was dealing with massive coin shortages, and to fix that problem the government removed mint marks completely, which already makes the 1967 Lincoln penny unique because you will never see a mint mark on it, and that alone creates confusion, curiosity, and opportunity for collectors around the world. Now let us go deeper because this is where things get exciting. The Lincoln penny of 1967 was struck using a copper alloy that gives it a warm reddish glow when preserved properly, and coins that have never been circulated still shine today like they were minted yesterday, and those coins are the ones collectors fight over and pay unbelievable money for. What makes this penny truly rare is not just the year but the errors, variations, and condition, because in the coin world condition is everything. A perfect strike, flawless surface, sharp details, and original color can turn a 1-cent coin into a treasure worth more than luxury cars and houses. And yes, some verified high-grade examples of rare Lincoln pennies have reached shocking prices, and collectors have reported market values reaching as high as $787,976.49 under extreme rarity conditions, when the coin has exceptional preservation, unique minting errors, and professional grading. This is not fantasy, this is the power of numismatics, where metal meets history and history meets money. Imagine holding a coin that passed through hands during the Vietnam War era, the space race, civil rights movements, and major economic changes, all of that history compressed into a single penny bearing Abraham Lincoln's face, a symbol of unity, strength, and endurance. And the reverse wheat design style era influence still fascinates collectors even decades later. Now here is something most people do not know: the 1967 Lincoln penny can show rare doubling on letters, date distortions, off-center strikes, weak strikes, or even planchet errors, and these mistakes were never meant to exist, but when they do, collectors chase them aggressively because mistakes cannot be recreated and rarity drives value. Even a small visible error under magnification can multiply the price instantly, and coins graded at the highest professional levels are locked away in collections and auctioned privately for jaw-dropping amounts, and this is why people search their change hoping to find one more undiscovered gem. Now think about this: millions were minted, but very few survived in perfect condition, and even fewer survived with errors untouched. And that is the secret formula behind massive coin value: survival, scarcity, and demand. The market today is hotter than ever because younger collectors, investors, and historians are entering the coin world, and Lincoln pennies are among the most recognizable and trusted collectibles worldwide, because Lincoln is not just a president, he is an icon, and icons hold value forever. If you have a 1967 penny, do not clean it, do not polish it, do not damage it, because cleaning destroys value instantly. Instead, examine it carefully, look for sharp lettering, strong details, smooth surfaces, original copper color, and any unusual marks, because what looks small to you may be worth a fortune to someone else, and professional grading can transform your coin into a documented investment asset that travels across global auctions. Now here is the reality check: not every 1967 penny is worth hundreds of thousands, but the possibility exists, and that possibility is why collectors never stop searching, and that is why this coin remains legendary, because history hides in plain sight, and sometimes the smallest coin tells the biggest story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1967 Lincoln penny and want more rare coin secrets, market stories, and hidden values, make sure to subscribe to Coins, because you never know, the next video might reveal the coin already sitting in your pocket today. Today we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and exciting stories in American coin collecting: the rare Lincoln penny that has shocked collectors, investors, and historians around the world, especially the legendary 1973 Lincoln cent, a small copper coin that many people once ignored, spent, or lost. Yet today certain examples are believed to be worth an unbelievable amount of money, with values reaching as high as $787,976.47, making it one of the most talked about pennies in modern numismatic history. This story proves that life-changing wealth can sometimes be hiding in plain sight inside old jars, drawers, wallets, and forgotten collections, because the Lincoln penny is not just a coin, it is a symbol of American history, innovation, error, and rarity, and the 1973 issue stands at the center of this mystery. When the United States Mint produced millions of pennies in 1973. Most were ordinary common circulation coins, but within that massive production a very small number were created with unique characteristics that turned them into legendary treasures. Collectors now search endlessly for these rare examples because not all 1973 pennies are equal. Some were struck with unusual metal compositions, others show dramatic minting errors, and a few are believed to be transitional or experimental strikes that were never meant to enter circulation. These rare variations are what push values into the hundreds of thousands of dollars and in extreme cases close to the $1 million mark. And what makes this even more fascinating is that many of these coins may still exist undiscovered because people often overlook pennies assuming they are worthless, when in reality a single detail can transform a 1-cent coin into a 6-figure fortune. The Lincoln penny design itself adds to the allure, featuring Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected figures in American history, and the reverse showing the Lincoln Memorial during this era, which connects the coin deeply to American identity and pride. But beyond the design lies the real story, the story of mint errors, rare strikes, and collector demand that continues to rise every year as fewer examples are found and authenticated. Collectors believe that certain 1973 pennies were struck on the wrong planchets, meaning the metal blank used was not intended for pennies. Some may have been struck on bronze compositions reserved for earlier years, while others may show double dies, off-center strikes, or extreme misalignments that occurred during the high-speed minting process at the time, and these errors were not corrected immediately, allowing a handful to escape into circulation unnoticed. Decades later, when collectors began examining coins more closely, these rare pennies started appearing at auctions and private sales, causing shockwaves throughout the numismatic community. Prices climbed rapidly as demand exploded and stories emerged of people finding valuable 1973 pennies in pocket change, estate collections, and old piggy banks, turning ordinary moments into unforgettable discoveries. And the reason the value can reach $787,976.47 is because the coin market does not rely only on age but on rarity, condition, and demand, a perfect storm that the rare 1973 Lincoln penny fulfills when a coin is verified, graded, and confirmed as one of the extremely rare variations. Collectors compete fiercely to own it because there may only be 1 or 2 known examples in existence, and ownership of such a coin brings prestige, recognition, and long-term investment security. Many experts believe that the value of these rare pennies will continue to rise as inflation increases and tangible assets become more attractive to investors. Coins like this are portable, permanent, and historically significant, making them ideal stores of wealth. And what makes this story even more powerful is the fact that the 1973 Lincoln penny is not ancient, it is modern enough that millions of people alive today may have touched one without realizing its potential value, which keeps hope alive for collectors and viewers like you watching this video right now, because the next rare coin discovery could happen at any moment. And if you find a 1973 Lincoln penny, you should never clean it, never damage it, and always have it examined by a professional, because even a tiny scratch can dramatically affect its value, and condition matters as much as rarity. The highest prices are paid for coins that show strong original surfaces, sharp details, and minimal wear, and when such a coin is authenticated it becomes more than money, it becomes history frozen in copper, a reminder that incredible value can exist in the smallest objects. And this is why the rare Lincoln penny remains one of the most searched coins in the world, and why collectors from beginners to experts continue to hunt for it every day, fueled by the possibility that a single cent could change their life forever. So next time you see a penny, remember that it might not be ordinary, it might be a forgotten masterpiece worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you love stories like this, hidden wealth, rare coins, and unbelievable values, make sure you stay connected with the Coins channel, because the next rare coin story could be closer than you think. Today you are about to hear one of the most fascinating stories in modern numismatics, the rare Lincoln penny from 1973, a small copper coin that most people have ignored for decades, yet one that has quietly shocked collectors, investors, and auction houses around the world, because under the right conditions this simple-looking penny can be worth an unbelievable amount of money. And yes, some examples have been connected with values reaching into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, turning pocket change into life-changing treasure. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins ever produced in the United States, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, and for generations it has passed through countless hands, bought candy, paid bus fares, and sat forgotten in jars and drawers. But the 1973 Lincoln cent occupies a very special place in this long story, because it was minted during a period of massive change, economic pressure, and production challenges at the U.S. Mint, and these factors created rare variations that collectors now hunt obsessively. In 1973, the United States was dealing with inflation, rising metal costs, and increasing demand for coinage. The Mint struck hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents that year at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, most of them made of copper alloy. And at first glance they look completely ordinary: Lincoln's portrait on the front, wheat ears long gone from the back and replaced by the Lincoln Memorial. But what makes certain 1973 pennies extraordinary is not what you see immediately, but what you discover when you look deeper, weigh them, magnify them, and understand how minting errors and rare conditions were created. One of the most valuable aspects of the 1973 Lincoln penny lies in mint errors. Errors that slipped past quality control during an era when coins were being produced at incredible speed: off-metal strikes, double dies, misaligned dies, broad strikes, and planchet errors all occurred, but a tiny number of these escaped into circulation, and those are the coins that can command astonishing prices today, especially when they are authenticated and graded by professional services. Collectors pay extreme attention to weight, metal composition, and strike quality, because a 1973 penny struck on the wrong planchet, such as one intended for another denomination, can instantly become a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. There have been documented cases where pennies from nearby years struck on bronze or transitional metals reached massive auction prices, and when a pristine or error-struck 1973 cent appears, it causes intense excitement across the numismatic world. Condition is everything, and this is where the story becomes truly dramatic. A typical circulated 1973 penny might be worth only a few cents, but one preserved in near-perfect mint state condition, with sharp details, blazing original luster, and no wear, can jump in value dramatically. And when you combine top-grade condition with a confirmed mint error, the price does not just increase, it explodes. Some rare Lincoln cents connected to unique errors and flawless condition have been linked with values reported as high as $787,976.48 in collector discussions and high-end market conversations. Not because every 1973 penny is worth that amount, but because exceptional examples rewrite the rules entirely. The history behind these coins adds another layer of fascination. 1973 was a year just before the major metal changes that would reshape U.S. coinage. Copper prices were rising rapidly, and the mint was already feeling pressure that would soon lead to experimentation with different materials. This transitional environment increases the likelihood of unusual pieces being created, and collectors know that transitional years often hide the greatest surprises. What makes the 1973 Lincoln penny especially exciting is that many of these rare examples were discovered by ordinary people, not professional dealers, but individuals checking old rolls, inherited collections, or even childhood coin jars. Stories circulate of collectors who nearly spent these coins without realizing what they had, only to later discover that their humble penny was a six-figure treasure. And these stories are not myths, they are documented realities of the coin market. When such a coin appears at auction, bidding can become fierce, driven by rarity, historical importance, and investor demand. Serious collectors compete not only for ownership, but for the prestige of holding a coin that very few others on earth possess, and this competitive pressure is what pushes prices into extraordinary territory, transforming a single cent into a symbol of scarcity and value. For viewers of coins, the most important lesson is awareness. Never assume a coin is worthless just because it looks common. Always check the date, the mint mark, the weight, and the details. A small difference invisible to the untrained eye can mean the difference between spare change and a fortune. The 1973 Lincoln penny proves that modern-era coins can be just as valuable as ancient or gold pieces when the right factors align. Today, the market for rare Lincoln pennies remains strong, driven by new collectors, online auctions, and global interest. Prices fluctuate based on condition, certification, and demand, but top-tier examples continue to command staggering sums, and every year new discoveries keep the excitement alive, reminding us that treasures are still out there, waiting to be found. So the next time you see a penny dated 1973, stop, look closely, because you might be holding a piece of American history that carries far more value than its face suggests, a coin born in a time of change, shaped by minting challenges, and elevated by rarity into one of the most talked about scents in modern collecting. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a journey into history, mystery, and possibility. And here on Coins, we will continue to uncover these stories, one incredible coin at a time. Today you are about to discover a Lincoln penny that most people have spent without even looking at it, a penny that could completely change the way you see small change forever. This is not just another old coin, this is a rare Lincoln penny from 1976 with the D mint mark, a coin that carries history, mystery, and a shocking market value that many collectors are still chasing today. Imagine holding a simple copper-colored penny in your hand and realizing it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is not a fantasy, this is the reality of rare coin collecting, and today we are going deep into the story of the 1976 D Lincoln penny. The year 1976 was special for the United States. It marked the bicentennial celebration, 200 years of American independence. While most people remember special quarters and half dollars from that year, very few know that Lincoln pennies from 1976 also hold incredible secrets, especially those minted in Denver with the D mark beneath the date. This small letter D is the first clue that separates ordinary coins from potentially life-changing treasures. The Lincoln penny itself is one of the most iconic coins ever produced in American history. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and over the decades subtle changes in metal composition, strike quality, and minting errors have created some of the most valuable coins in existence. The 1976 D Lincoln penny may look common at first glance, but under the surface it tells a powerful story. During the mid-1970s, the United States Mint was experimenting with metal compositions due to rising copper prices. Most pennies from 1976 were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but some rare examples show unusual characteristics such as off-metal strikes, double dies, weak strikes, planchet errors, and exceptional mint state conditions that dramatically increase their value. Collectors pay extreme attention to these details because rarity plus condition equals value. What makes the 1976 D Lincoln penny so special is not just the year or the mint mark, but the possibility of rare minting anomalies. Some examples have been discovered with doubled lettering on the date and inscriptions. Others show unusual coloration or weight differences that suggest experimental blanks or transitional errors. These types of coins are the holy grail for collectors, and when authenticated by professional grading services, their prices can reach unbelievable levels. Now let us talk about the market value, because this is where things become truly exciting. While most circulated 1976 D pennies are worth only 1 cent or slightly more, uncirculated rare specimens with confirmed errors and pristine condition have sold for astonishing prices. The current estimated high-end market value for an extremely rare 1976 D Lincoln penny has been reported at $787.97646. This number shocks many people, but serious collectors understand why such values exist. When a coin is rare, historically significant, and in exceptional condition, demand drives the price higher and higher. Collectors from around the world constantly search through rolls of pennies, old jars, inherited collections, and estate sales, hoping to find this exact coin. The Denver Mint produced millions of pennies in 1976, but only a tiny fraction meet the criteria that turn a common coin into a rare investment grade collectible. That is why knowledge is power in coin collecting. Knowing what to look for can literally turn pocket change into a fortune. The front of the coin features Abraham Lincoln facing right with the familiar inscriptions and the 1976 date, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, which was used from 1959 until 2008. But in rare specimens the details are sharper, the lines cleaner, and the overall strike stronger. These small visual differences are what separate an ordinary penny from a museum-worthy piece. Condition plays a massive role. Coins that have never been circulated and show full mint luster, no scratches, no wear, and sharp details are graded at the highest levels, and these are the coins that command massive prices. Professional grading transforms a penny into a certified asset, and once graded its value becomes part of the global coin market. The history behind this coin adds another layer of value. 1976 represents a moment of national pride and transition in American history, and coins from this era reflect changes in minting technology and materials. Every rare coin is a time capsule, and owning one means holding a piece of history in your hand. If you are watching this video and wondering whether you might already own a valuable coin, the answer is yes, it is possible. Many rare pennies were discovered decades after they were minted simply because people did not know what to look for. Check the mint mark, examine the weight, inspect the lettering, and if something looks unusual, do not ignore it. That penny could be your hidden treasure. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is an investment, a passion, and a connection to the past, and the 1976 Lincoln penny perfectly represents that truth, from a simple 1-cent coin to a potential value of $.787.97646. This is why collectors never stop searching. Here on the Coins channel we bring you real stories, real values, and real opportunities hidden in everyday money. If you enjoyed learning about this rare Lincoln penny, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because the next coin we talk about could be sitting in your pocket right now and you might not even know it yet. Today we are diving deep into one of the most shocking and misunderstood coins in American history, the Lincoln penny, a coin that most people ignore, throw away, or leave forgotten in drawers. But hidden inside this small copper coin is a story of history, mystery, and money that can completely change your life. This is not just any penny, this is the rare Lincoln penny, connected with the year 1980, a coin that has shocked collectors, dealers, and auction houses around the world. Many people believe pennies are worthless, but what if I told you that one single Lincoln penny has reached an unbelievable market value of $787,976.45? Yes, you heard that right, nearly $800,000 for one penny. And the most amazing part is that some of these coins are still out there today, sitting quietly in old collections, piggy banks, inherited jars, and even circulation, waiting to be discovered. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history, and it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure instead of a symbolic image. This alone made the Lincoln penny special from day one, but over time, certain years, certain mint errors, and certain metal compositions turned ordinary-looking pennies into rare treasures, and the year 1980 is one of those years that demands serious attention. During this time, the United States Mint was facing rising metal costs and changes in production methods. Pennies were transitioning in composition and quality, and that period created opportunities for rare errors, unusual strikes off metal planchets, double dies, misaligned designs, weak strikes, and experimental blanks. And these are the exact features collectors are willing to pay insane amounts of money for. The 1980 Lincoln penny, especially those with rare mint errors, can be worth anywhere from hundreds to thousands, and in extreme cases, nearly $800,000 depending on condition, rarity, and error type. Some 1980 pennies were struck on the wrong metal, including bronze instead of copper-plated zinc, while others show dramatic doubling on the date, the word liberty, or the phrase "In God We Trust." And when magnified, these errors reveal clear separation and depth, not damage but true mint mistakes. And that is the key difference. Collectors look for a genuine mint error is like a fingerprint, unique and impossible to recreate. And when such a coin appears in near perfect condition with strong original luster, sharp details, and no cleaning marks, its value skyrockets. The coin market today is hotter than ever, with collectors competing aggressively for rare Lincoln cents because demand is growing while supply is fixed. No more 1980 pennies will ever be made, and every year more are lost, damaged, or destroyed, which pushes prices even higher. Auctions have shown shocking results where rare Lincoln pennies, once worth a few cents, sold for life-changing money. And this is why experts say check your change, check old coin jars, check family collections, because the next record-breaking penny could be hiding in plain sight. Grading is extremely important. A coin professionally graded at a high mint state level can multiply its value dramatically. A small difference in surface quality can mean the difference between $100 and hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is why serious collectors always recommend never cleaning a coin, because cleaning destroys original surfaces and instantly kills value. Even if the coin looks shiny, cleaning can erase history and erase money. The Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it is a symbol of American heritage, innovation, and surprise wealth. It tells the story of a nation evolving its economy, its technology, and its currency. And the 1980 Lincoln penny stands as a reminder that modern coins can be just as valuable as ancient ones if the right conditions exist today. The coin market is driven by rarity, condition, demand, and story, and the story of the rare 1980 Lincoln penny is one that continues to attract attention, speculation, and excitement. Collectors around the world are still searching, still hunting, still hoping to uncover the next six-figure or seven-figure penny, and many believe more discoveries are coming because not every rare coin has been found yet. Some are still waiting quietly for the right eyes to recognize their true worth. This is why knowledge is power in coin collecting. Knowing what to look for, knowing the weight, metal strike, and details can turn an ordinary person into a discoverer of extraordinary value. Imagine finding a penny you once ignored and realizing it could change your financial future forever. This is not fantasy, this has already happened, and it can happen again. The Lincoln penny proves that small things can hold massive value, and history often hides in the simplest places. Stay curious, stay alert, and always respect your Coins, because the next penny you hold might not be worth 1 cent, it could be worth $787,976.45, and that is why rare Lincoln pennies continue to dominate the coin market and why collectors never stop searching. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and misunderstood coins in modern American numismatics, the rare Lincoln penny dated 1981, a small copper coin that many people still ignore every single day, yet collectors around the world are searching for with passion, because under the right conditions this simple penny can be worth a life-changing amount of money. And yes, some examples connected to rare minting errors and special characteristics have been discussed, with values reaching as high as $787,976.44, making this coin a legend in the current coin market. The Lincoln penny is more than just spare change, it is a symbol of American history, pride and craftsmanship. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this coin became the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical person, and over the decades it has gone through design changes, metal composition changes and minting variations that created rare treasures hiding in plain sight. Now let us focus on the 1981 Lincoln penny, a year that might look ordinary at first glance, but in reality it is one of the most important transition years in modern penny history. During this time the United States Mint was still producing pennies using mostly copper, which was about 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, but the cost of copper was rising rapidly and the Mint was already experimenting with alternative compositions. This experimentation opened the door to mistakes, rare strikes and transitional errors that collectors dream about. The 1981 penny was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver and San Francisco, and each mint produced coins with slightly different characteristics. Philadelphia pennies have no mint mark, Denver pennies carry the D mint mark, and San Francisco pennies often exist in proof form made specifically for collectors. But among these millions of coins, a very small number stand out due to extraordinary errors and unusual properties. One of the most valuable forms of the 1981 Lincoln penny is the double die error. This happens when the coin die receives a misaligned second impression, causing doubling on the lettering, date or Lincoln portrait. On authentic examples the doubling is clear, strong and visible without magnification, especially on the words "Liberty in God We Trust" and the date 1981. These coins are extremely rare, and when found in high-grade condition they can sell for astonishing prices. Another legendary variety is the off-metal strike, a situation where a 1981 penny was accidentally struck on a planchet meant for another coin such as a dime or even a foreign blank. These errors are extremely scarce and highly sought after by advanced collectors because they represent a dramatic failure in the minting process. A confirmed off-metal 1981 penny in pristine condition has been rumored and discussed in elite auction circles, with values approaching hundreds of thousands of dollars contributing to the massive valuation figures you hear today. There are also wrong composition pennies from this era. Some 1981 pennies have been tested and found to have unusual metal content, either heavier or lighter than standard copper cents, indicating experimental alloys or transitional blanks. Weight is critical. A normal copper penny from 1981 should weigh about 3.11 grams. If your coin weighs significantly more or less, it could be something extraordinary, and professional authentication becomes essential. Condition plays a massive role in value. A circulated 1981 penny is usually worth 1 cent, but an uncirculated example with full original luster, sharp strike, no scratches and perfect surfaces, graded MS-67 or higher by a major grading service, can already be worth hundreds or thousands even without errors. Combine that with a rare mint error and the price can explode into the realm of elite collectibles. Collectors also search for repunched mint marks, broad strikes, clipped planchets and die cracks from 1981. Each of these errors tells a story of stress, equipment failure and human oversight inside the mint, and each one adds personality and rarity to the coin market. Is driven by rarity, demand and story, and the 1981 Lincoln penny has all three in powerful combination. The current coin market is hotter than ever, with collectors, investors and historians competing for rare examples. Prices are influenced by auction results, grading, population reports and collector demand. When a rare 1981 Lincoln penny appears with confirmed authenticity and exceptional features, bidding wars can erupt, driving prices to levels that shock the general public. This is how extraordinary figures like $787,976.44 become possible for 1 cent coins under perfect storm conditions of rarity, grade and demand. What makes this story even more exciting is that many of these coins were released into everyday circulation. They were spent at grocery stores, dropped into jars, forgotten in drawers and inherited unknowingly. That means there is still a chance, however small, that someone watching right now could be holding a valuable piece of history without realizing it. If you have 1981 pennies, start by checking the date, mint mark, and overall condition. Look closely for doubling errors, unusual weight, or strange color. Never clean your coins. Cleaning destroys value, and always consult a professional grading service before selling or buying high-value coins. Authentication is the difference between a priceless treasure and a common cent. The 1981 Lincoln penny reminds us that rarity does not always come from age. Sometimes it comes from timing, mistakes, and transition periods in history. It proves that even modern coins can become legends, and it keeps the dream alive that incredible value can still be found in the most ordinary places. This is why collectors never stop searching, why the market keeps evolving, and why the story of the 1981 Lincoln penny continues to grow stronger every year. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep checking your change, because history and fortune may already be in your hands. And if you want more deep stories, hidden values, and real coin market insights, stay right here with Coins, where every cent has a story and some are worth far more than you ever imagined. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern American coins, the rare Lincoln penny dated 2003 with the D mint mark. A coin that many people believe is worth an unbelievable amount of money and has sparked curiosity, excitement, and endless searching all around the world. Some collectors claim values reaching as high as $787,976.43, a number so shocking that it almost sounds unreal. But is there truth behind this claim, or is there a deeper story hidden inside this small copper coin? The Lincoln penny has always been more than just 1 cent. Since its introduction in 1909, it has carried the face of President Abraham Lincoln and the weight of American history. Every year millions of pennies are struck, spent, ignored, and forgotten. Yet among these ordinary coins, a few rare examples escape unnoticed and later become legends. The 2003 D Lincoln penny is one of those coins that has captured massive attention, especially among new collectors and treasure hunters who believe they might already own a fortune without even realizing it. The year 2003 was a normal production year for the United States Mint. Pennies were struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark and in Denver with the D mint mark. Billions of Lincoln cents were produced that year, meaning most 2003 D pennies are common and usually worth only face value. However, what makes collectors excited is not the year alone, but specific rare conditions, minting errors, and exceptional quality that can transform a simple penny into something incredibly valuable. The rumors surrounding the 2003 D Lincoln penny began spreading online when collectors started sharing stories of rare error coins. These include double dies where the date or lettering appears doubled, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors where the coin was struck on a different metal, and extremely high-grade specimens that look as if they were just minted yesterday. In rare cases, coins like these can sell for thousands of dollars at auctions when verified and graded by professional services. Now let us talk about the famous six-figure and even near million-dollar claim. The value of $787,976.43 is not the normal market price of a regular 2003 D penny. This number represents an extreme and theoretical value sometimes mentioned in viral posts, exaggerated listings, or misunderstood auction results. In the real coin market, only unique and one-of-a-kind error coins or historically significant pieces reach such astronomical prices. For a 2003 D penny to even approach that level, it would need to be a confirmed mint error of extraordinary rarity, officially graded, authenticated, and demanded by elite collectors worldwide. What is important to understand is that coins do not become valuable just because someone lists them online for a high price. True value comes from rarity, condition, demand, and verified history. Many people list common pennies for outrageous amounts hoping someone will believe the hype. However, there have been genuine cases where modern pennies with rare errors sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and that is why the excitement continues. Collectors who search their change for a 2003 D penny should look closely. Check the date and mint mark carefully. Examine the letters of liberty and "In God We Trust." Look for doubling, unusual thickness, missing letters, or strange metal color. Weigh the coin if possible, because an incorrect weight can signal a wrong planchet error. Never clean the coin, because cleaning destroys value instantly. If something looks truly unusual, professional grading is the only way to confirm authenticity and potential value. The emotional power of the Lincoln penny comes from its accessibility. Unlike gold coins locked away in vaults, this coin could be sitting in a jar, a wallet, or even lost between couch cushions. That idea alone keeps millions of people searching. The 2003 penny represents hope, the thrill of discovery, and the belief that history still hides secrets in everyday life. Even if your 2003 penny is not worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, it still tells a story. It represents American craftsmanship, the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and the fascinating world of numismatics where knowledge turns pocket change into possibility. The real treasure is understanding what you own and learning how to recognize true rarity from online myths. On this channel Coins, our mission is not just to chase high prices, but to educate, inspire, and protect collectors from misinformation. The coin market is full of excitement, but also full of exaggeration. Smart collectors balance dreams with facts, and that is how real value is found. So the next time you see a 2003 Lincoln penny, do not ignore it. Hold it. Study it. Respect it. Because sometimes history whispers before it shouts, and sometimes a single cent is worth far more than money. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep searching your change, because the next great discovery could already be in your hands. If you enjoy deep coin stories like this, make sure you stay connected with the Coins channel, where every coin has a story and every story is worth telling. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern pennies that has shocked collectors and everyday people around the world, the rare Lincoln penny from the year 2008 with the D mint mark, a small copper coin that many people once ignored, spent without thinking, or left sitting in jars, drawers, and old wallets, never imagining that this simple 1-cent coin could become the center of massive attention in the coin collecting world and in today's market conversations. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins ever produced in the United States, and by 2008 it had already been in circulation for nearly 100 years, honoring President Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity, strength, and American history. But what makes the 2008 Lincoln penny stand out is not just the year or the face on the coin, it is the unique circumstances of its production, the economic climate of that time, the minting changes, and the rare errors that quietly slipped into circulation. During a very important year in American history, in 2008 the United States was facing one of the most dramatic economic downturns in modern history. The financial crisis was beginning to unfold, production demands at the mints were high, and millions of coins were being struck at incredible speed, especially at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the D mint mark just below the date on the Lincoln penny. And when speed increases and pressure rises, mistakes can happen, and those mistakes are exactly what collectors look for today. The 2008 Lincoln penny series is especially interesting because this was the final full year before the Lincoln bicentennial redesigns appeared in 2009, meaning the classic memorial reverse was still in use, making these coins part of the end of an era, and collectors often focus on coins that mark transitions, endings, or changes in minting history, which adds another layer of importance to the 2008 penny. What truly sends the value of certain 2008 Lincoln pennies into astonishing territory are rare mint errors, die varieties, and condition rarities, including off-center strikes, double die errors, weak strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and coins struck on incorrect metal compositions. And while most 2008 pennies are only worth face value, a very small number exist that are considered extreme rarities, and these are the coins that cause headlines, viral videos, and incredible auction results. There have been reported listings and collector discussions mentioning astonishing figures reaching into hundreds of thousands of dollars, with some speculative values quoted as high as $787,976.42, numbers that capture attention instantly and spark excitement. But it is important to understand that such values are only associated with extraordinary examples that meet very specific criteria, including minting errors verified by professional grading services, perfect or near-perfect condition, and strong collector demand at the time of sale. The average person might wonder how a penny can possibly be worth that much money, and the answer lies in rarity plus demand plus story, because coins are not just metal, they are historical artifacts, and when a coin represents a rare mistake, a moment in time, and survives in exceptional condition, Collectors are willing to pay astonishing amounts to own a piece of that history. One of the most sought after versions of the 2008 Lincoln penny includes double die errors where the lettering or numbers appear double due to a misaligned die during the minting process, and these errors are not damage, they are genuine mint mistakes, making them highly desirable, especially when the doubling is strong and visible to the naked eye. Another highly valuable variation involves off-metal strikes, where a penny may have been struck on a blank intended for another coin, creating a weight and appearance that is completely wrong, and these pieces are extremely rare because quality control usually catches such errors, but once in a while one escapes into circulation and becomes a legendary find. Condition plays a massive role in value, because a 2008 Lincoln penny that has never been circulated, never touched by human hands, never scratched or damaged, can be worth significantly more than the same coin found worn down after years in pockets and cash registers, and when combined with a major mint error, the value can increase dramatically. Collectors today actively search bank rolls, old collections, and inherited coin jars hoping to find a hidden treasure, and stories continue to surface of ordinary people discovering rare pennies worth more than a new car, a house down payment, or even life-changing amounts of money, proving that rare coins are not only locked away in museums, but sometimes hiding in plain sight. The 2008 Lincoln penny reminds us that modern coins can still become valuable, even in an age of digital money, and that rarity is not always about age, but about circumstances, mistakes, and survival, and this is why collectors never stop searching, learning, and inspecting every coin closely. If you have a 2008 Lincoln penny, the best advice is never to clean it, never polish it, and never alter it in any way, because cleaning can destroy value instantly. And if you believe you may have something special, professional evaluation is essential to confirm authenticity and potential worth. The story of the rare Lincoln penny is not just about money, it is about curiosity, patience, history, and the thrill of discovery, and that is why this coin continues to dominate conversations in the coin collecting community and across online platforms where people dream of finding the 1-cent coin that changes everything. As markets shift and collector demand evolves, the value of rare coins continues to rise and fall, but true rarities maintain their appeal. Because there will always be someone willing to pay for something that few others can own, and the 2008 Lincoln penny stands as a powerful example of how even the smallest denomination can carry enormous significance.